All right. So here we go. Welcome, young and all, to JK's Deal Reveal every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, where we reveal one of your deals and we show you how we can quickly say deal or no deal for our potential US investment properties. So nice to have you here. Just at the top of the list, we have Andre. Nice to have you here, Andre. Francois, Heather, Peter, Renato. Nice to have you here because we're going to be talking about your deal today. Sinelli, Sergio, Tanvir, Terrence, right from the top of the list. Nice to have you all here, as well as our extended Facebook family. Hey there, Tanvir and Steve, who just popped on now. Nice to have you all here. So let us get started with our deal reveal. And for those of you who are loyal to the deal reveals, you're going to see we're going to have a new look to the deal reveals coming soon. I'm very excited. We've been working on it for a couple of weeks, and it'll give an even better reason or opportunity to share with your friends and colleagues, people who haven't been exposed to the deal reveal yet. There's going to be some pretty amazing reasons for that. So we are getting excited because Renato submitted a deal for us this evening, and we are going to look at it lightning fast. I might spend a little bit more time today because Renato sent a little bit more information, and so I want to anchor in. I want to do a little bit of repetition to show you how getting to the summit step by step is important. And when someone presents you with some financials, you can quickly do a couple of quick trick checks to see if the numbers are way off or they're where they need to be. So we have this property in Cleveland asking $73,000. Well, they were asking a little bit more, my understanding is, but Renato has it on the hook for 73,125 is what I understand. It is a double looking to convert to a triple. So it's a duplex where there might be a possibility of having three rental incomes. So using it functionally as a triplex. So there might be some rezoning or some paperwork to be done to do that conversion and maybe other work. But anyways, we are going to take a look at all that in the next 5 to 10 minutes. And so your job is to pay attention, put your distractions aside, and cast your vote at any point. If you think this is a deal, let me know, let us know. And if you think it's not a deal, let us know as well. So here we go, as usual. We have our address and we follow it with Trulia. See, even if you don't even type it correctly, if you get enough, you can go right to it. So Trulia, we're going to Trulia. Interestingly, on Trulia, it says 70,000. Renato has it at 73. So just something that caught my eye. It's a 5-bed, 3-bath, 2,000 square foot home in a low crime area, it seems. I always like this to go a little bit deeper to see what the larger area is. So we see we're right beside the Buckeye Shaker, which is a rough part of Cleveland, but we're on the outskirts and we seem to be in a pocket where it's fairly low, all things considered. So for me, this is certainly not bad to the point of disregarding. By all means, this is a go for me to confirm later on in the official due diligence with your property manager to make sure that this street, this area, Woodland Hills, and this larger Buckeye Shaker proximity is not a problem for your manager. So crime check, done, deal. Now we want to see, this is a residential property, 1 to 4 units. And so I want to get a sense of what this property is worth. So I always like going to Total View Real Estate, and it seems, whoa, okay, maybe that's a typo, but it seems that the Zestimate, Zillow's estimate is about 70,000. The Total View software says it's about 67,000 is what it's worth. It was last sold in 2019 for 2,500. Most likely that is a typo, should be 25,000. And so we are not going to assume the ARV is 250,000. Because there's that little glitch, it might not hurt to just go look what's happening nearby this property, see if we have any other comps going on where we can just pull to see what else. See, its range is fairly tight between 63 and 73. the market trend. There was a little jump up here for a minute. Now it's back down to the 70 range. And we can also look at the price history. So they were tried to sell it in May for 100, and they've been decreasing ever since. And there was a price change at 70,000 and a pending sale less than 2 weeks ago for 70,000. So hopefully, Renato, this is you, and you were able to get it under contract below your 73. So hopefully that's what's happening here. I'm really going to look for some sold comps here. So similar homes. So clearly, right, I knew this, but how would you know? Clearly, the 250,000 is not what's happening. These are all properties for sale, somewhat similar 4.2s, but here's a 5.3 for 45,000. These are for sale, not sold, right? Any other 5.3s? No, but 4.2s are in the 70, 80, 50, 60 range for the most part. So that 70 seems a pretty good starting point to see where the property's value is. It's ARV, if you will. So that's where we're at. So we're going to hopefully be under 70 to buy it at a discount. But maybe you're more of a cash flow buyer. And so for cash flow, we can go to rental meter, and it's a 5.3. So I'm assuming it's a 2.1, 2.1, 1.1 to be confirmed, but let's just go with that. So a 2.1, 2.1, 1.1 would bring us in this type of rent range. So between a 625 and a 700 for the 2.1. Being an apartment in inner city Cleveland, it's rare we get to the average because this combines houses, small houses, 2.1s with apartments. And so I'm more on the lower of the medium and the average on the high side for these apartments. So I like to be closer to maybe 650, 675, maximum 700 for that 2-bedroom. But there's 2 of them. And if there were a triplex to add on to it, well, there'd be another a third unit making it a triplex. You'd have a third 1-bedroom, which surprisingly very high as well. So closer to the 600 it would appear. Perfect. So we have say a 650, and a 600, which would give us 1,900 rents total. So that would be the quick estimation. Rapid, quick, before you talk to your property manager or anything like this. However, we have some additional information that was submitted by Renato here. And so let's take a quick look at what the numbers come out at per him. So we have that the property price was 73,000. We knew this, and he's looking at this deal through a finance position and a all cash position. Okay, I just had a flash here. I want to make sure I'm sharing my screen. Oh shoot, I am so sorry. I had a feeling, I had a gut feeling that I wasn't, and I just caught it now. Apologies. When I'm on the other screen, I don't see the chat. So hopefully that's better. And let's see if anybody has been insulting me over the last 5 minutes. Okay, apologies guys, gals, for that. Hopefully you can see my screen now. So basically, really quickly, you should be able to see me with your eyes closed now when I do these deal reveals, right? Because it's those same steps that we want to really gain through repetition and mastery of. So really quickly, again, I went to Trulia for the crime, went to Total View for the comps. I was a little bit concerned about this number, so I dove deeper into Zillow. I went to go see some information about comparable listings that are for sale in Zillow. And then I went to Rentometer to get a look at what a 2-bedroom rents for, a 1-bedroom rents for. And now I'm finally at Renato's numbers here. And so he's looking at the deal from a finance position where he would have to put a 35% down payment, and then a cash position where he would put 100% down, 100% down payment, so no financing. So first of all, I want you to see Renato, maybe from the seller, maybe from the broker, estimated about 1,700 in rent, right? 1,675. When I did my quick numbers, I said the top end was about 1,900 for that triplex. So I'm really not surprised that we're coming in at about 1,700 here. So since this is someone produced this, probably took more than 2 minutes to get to these numbers. I'm going to take this number for my calculations here. So 1675 times 12, that's for the year, about $20,000 of income. And since this is inner city Cleveland, I use the 55% rule. So I'm expecting about $11,000 NOI coming in from this property. Their numbers are coming in at about almost 1,000 a month. Okay, so let's put it in months and see how we compare. So I'm saying off the quick trick numbers, it's about 920 a month in NOI cash flow. And doing the full out summit here with these numbers, they come out to 960. All right, very close. Okay, and so let's take a look at where these numbers are coming from. So we want to make sure that every step to the summit is there. So we have our shit. All right, I see some miscellaneous here. That's perfect. And I see some vacancy. And vacancy plus miscellaneous, I see some good padded numbers here. The shit buffer is quite high, in my opinion, which is great for your numbers. So if the numbers work with those type of buffers, fantastic. Then the utilities. I see $100 budgeted for heat, power, electric, gas, sewer, utilities. Now, this is very low, considering it's a triplex. If the owner has any responsibility in the water, the sewer, the gas, or the electric, that is extremely low for a year-round average on 3 units. It won't happen. So I'm assuming that this is the common areas, maybe a laundry facility in the basement for the units combined. I want to dive deeper in that utility number because I don't trust it outright for a duplex or a triplex if the owner is in charge of any utilities at this time. All right. Then we have management, 10%, which is there. Fantastic. We have maintenance. Yes, we have a 10% maintenance budget, which brings up to 168. Now, on a duplex, I like $100 maintenance. For a triplex, it's $50 per door above the duplex range. So it'd be 150. So they're 168, my 150. It evens out a little bit. But there's even another category for snow and lawn care. So the shit buffer I find very padded, right? Because we're even separating the lawn from and landscape from the maintenance, but the utilities are my concern happening right now. And then we have insurance and taxes. So every bit of Summit is there from experience. I just say that this one is, to watch. So every step of Summit is there. You see the 55% rule brought us pennies, dollars away from our cash flow analysis here. And so there we have it. A nice 14.5 cap. Honestly, I think the padding in the maintenance and the shit is going to account for the utilities for the most part. So I think this is fairly accurate as a cap rate on this property. So 14.5 cap, low crime area beside a high crime area, not buying at too much of a discount, it seems, up front. Tell me with this information, is it a deal or no deal for you? All right, we have a deal. We have a deal in the room. Excellent. Andre says it is a deal. Sergio says it's a deal as well. Nadja, I don't know why you're saying mercy. Maybe merci. Mercy, please stop. Trina says, go for it, Renato. Kajal says it's a deal as well. Fantastic. So and they're still coming in here. So mostly favorable here. So I hope that 70,000 is yours, Renato. And that's the importance. If it's not yours, this is a beautiful learning opportunity that, look, this is how fast you can look at it and go for it and make it happen. Because if you're not the one to go this quickly, someone else might be, and there goes the deal. So a couple more things I just wanted to say here, because I like seeing this, is this 1% rule filter that we put in here. Now, the 1% rule filter is basically saying, is the monthly rent higher than 1% of the purchase price? And this is a rule filter that some investors use, and I'd say it applies a lot more for the hotter markets. For example, if you're in Canada and Montreal, or if you're in Florida, Orlando, or if you're in California and so forth. Even the 1% rule is tough there. But you want this 1% rule as this bottom line filter to make sure you're kind of buying some cash flow or some chance to cash flow. However, if you're in Cleveland, the 1% rule, as you can see, this is not a 1% rule. This is a 2.3%. It's more than double the baseline cash flow or cash flow strength of the investment property, which is very strong. If you remember the mathematics training I do, this 1% rule, I call it a 2% rule for the most part. You want to be aiming as much towards the 2%. If you're buying for cash flow in the Midwest, you really want to be aiming for that 2% more. For sure, I agree with the 1%. I would say between a 1.5, try to be above 1.5% if you're using that quick trick filter in Cleveland or in the Midwest, if you're buying cash flow investment property. So I wanted to say a little bit about that, and I did. What else can I say here? We see that with financing, we have over 20% return on investment with the financing option. With 35% down, you can most likely get a higher LTV for this purchase than 35, but this is a very conservative approach, which is fine to do your first numbers. And I don't know the interest rate of this loan, so I can't say more than that. But overall, I think we have a verdict here. Heather says it's a deal between an 8 and a 12 cap. Renato says 8%. Ah, okay, that's what this 8% is for. So it's an 8% mortgage interest rate on this loan. Got it. So expensive, yeah. When we first got started, 8% was the target. We wanted to get 8%, and that we often got a little bit higher, unfortunately. Now rates have been going down and down and down, and below 8% is definitely the norm now. The lower the purchase price, the higher the interest rate. There's just less lenders who play in that arena. But in tonight's premium mastery calls, for those of you who are part of the Now for Tomorrow Club, I'm going to be talking about refinancing, and I'm going to show you the refinance pre-approvals that I received for a small portfolio of ours, residential properties, some of which have low values, lower than this one, and you'll see that exactly a 5% is in the realm of possibility, and so that'll be fun. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And so hopefully this was educational for you for the deal reveal. And so let's wrap this up. Hope you had a whole ton of fun. I know I did. And I hope you don't mind. I'm spending a little bit more time with you on these deal reveals. Janie tells me, Kyle, you have to make it 5-10 minutes. You're telling them if you can do it in 5-10 minutes to show them, but I want to give more. I always want to give more. So there's a whole bunch for you here. I always do want to mention our guarantee program that we are continuing to build our waitlist for, and it is booming. We already have tons of people on the list, but if you're interested in the guarantee program, let me know. Let us know by sending an email to us on the last slide. You're going to have our information. And what is the guarantee program? It's basically you buying turnkey properties that come with management that we manage ourselves, and we are guaranteeing a return of 7%. And if we don't meet that threshold, well, you can sell the property. You can force us to buy the property back from you. And meanwhile, we're doing short-term rentals in that property. And so 7%, I think, is a fairly easy thing to achieve. And anything above, well, we can talk about that extra profit, can't we? So 3-year buyback policy, and you're buying turnkey properties all day long. So that's it. If you're interested on that, get on the wait list. You're very welcome, Renato. And that's it. What is the bank doing for you right now? Probably not 7%, and certainly not with those type of beautiful guarantees where you own real estate and take advantage of all the powers of real estate, all the 9 powers of real estate that we talk about in the Blueprints pre-training. You get them all. You're the owner. You just have some nice exit clauses should you desire. So if you, good Lord, if you are interested in the waitlist, or you'd like us to feature one of your deals on the deal reveal, send us an email, go to our website, let us know. In the coming few weeks, we should be featuring some of the first guarantee properties that are being purchased by the community. And so keep an eye out for that as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. So without further ado, have yourself a wonderful evening and do now for tomorrow. Boom.